YouTube? It's your boy Greg, back again with another video. If you're new to this channel, we talk about fragrance related topics, so if there's something that you're interested in, please consider hitting that subscribe button and make sure you hit that notification bell so you won't miss any content that I upload. So today we're going to be doing another comparison video, and the two fragrances that we are going to be comparing are from the house of Parfums de Marly. First we have Pegasus, the original, and then we have the recently released Pegasus Exclusif. Alright, so Pegasus is actually my favorite release from the house of Parfums de Marly. I absolutely love this fragrance, guys. It's just a nice, sexy, beautiful, sweet, creamy, smooth type of fragrance. Now with the Exclusif, it still does have that Pegasus DNA strong, but it kind of goes in its own direction. So let's go ahead and talk about this one, and then we'll dive into this one. So as many of you probably already know, with Pegasus, it's basically a vanillic almond heliotrope bomb. That's basically what you get with this, guys. You know, it has a heliotrope, it has the almond, it has, I believe, some lavender, and it does have that vanilla. And that combination of notes really works well in this particular fragrance. It's such a creamy, milky type of smooth fragrance. The almond in this really comes off kind of gourmandish, kind of sweet. You know, it really doesn't have kind of like a dry, you know, tasteless almond, you know, woody type of scent, guys. This is more of a creamy, milky, sweet, soft, smooth type of scent, guys. And I really can't speak enough about this particular fragrance. Like I said, it's my favorite from the house of Parfums de Marly. And not only does this smell great, you do get great performance. So, you know, this is an all-around great fragrance. You know, it's also, in my opinion, unisex. This is something that a man and a woman can wear. You know, you and your girl can actually rock this together and just smell good as a team. So this fragrance right here is an amazing fragrance. It'll take your collection to the next level. You know, even look at the bottle. You know, I don't know if you can pick it up on camera, but it's just like all metallic, all silver. You know, it's a nice bottle. The scent is amazing, guys. Now let's talk about the 2020 release and see if it actually lives up to the standard of the original. Now let me give you a background story on this one. I want to say probably a week or two after this one was released, I immediately ordered a decant. And the reason why I did that was because, like I said, I'm in love with the original. So I was very excited to get my nose on the Exclusif, the new one. And when I got it in, the decant smelled exactly like the original. Like, there was no difference at all. And I was kind of thinking to myself, like, wow, like Parfums de Marly kind of dropped the ball, because this is exactly like the original. You know, it's basically a redundant buy. And, you know, I really wasn't feeling that, because I'm like, I wanted something different. I wanted something better. So there was no difference. However, I went back and smelled it again, but I actually smelled it, you know, at the store to, you know, just remind myself of it. Because the first time I visited it, yes, it smelled good, but it just smelled too close to the original. So when I smelled this again, I was like, hold on, like this is two different scents from that decant and from the actual Exclusif. So I came to the conclusion that the decant that I ordered was probably just filled up with the original Pegasus. It wasn't really actually the Exclusif. Maybe someone just, you know, knew that it was a newly released fragrance, and they just started kind of putting the original in bottles and saying that it was Exclusif, and it wasn't. But besides all that, let's get into what the juice actually smells like. So with this one, I'm gonna tell you right now that it does still have the DNA from the original. However, this one is darker and it's much more woodier, guys. This is a very woody scent to me. Yes, the almond is coming out, but this one has that dry, kind of unsalted, unflavored almond, like authentic almonds, like with nothing on it. I'm talking about roasted almonds, like with no flavor, just, you know, dry, unsalted, tasteless almonds, guys. So that's what I'm getting up top with this one. It just has kind of almost like a pencil shaving vibe, you know, and I know that sounds very off-putting because honestly, when I first smelled it, that was off-putting to me. But you know, as I kept coming back to it and just revisiting it and kind of giving it a chance, it started to really grow on me a little bit. It still hasn't completely grown on me, but I get the concept. So this is basically a more woodier, a more darker version of the original. Now, I'm not gonna say that this is better than the original, because in my opinion, it's not. I love the original. It's still my favorite over all Parfums de Marly's, including this one. Now, I'll say this, with the original, people were saying that it was a little bit too feminine because it is powdery, you know, and a lot of guys don't like powdery fragrances because they feel that it comes off kind of ladylike. But let me tell you, this is definitely unisex. This is kind of like a gender bender, guys. This is targeted to males, but this is straight up unisex, guys. Like, this smells so good to me, man. But this one right here is the more masculine version of this, in my opinion. This one has some of the same notes, but it has a lot of extra woody notes added to it. And you know, that powderiness is there as it starts to dry down. Now, that's when I really started to like this one, because the darkness from the top, that woodiness kind of calmed down a little bit, and then I really started to get the original DNA of Pegasus in this guy. So from the mid until the dry down, you really start to get that powderiness, that creaminess, that vanillic, you know, that smoothness, you know, that you get from the original. Plus, you're getting a little bit more of a masculine vibe to it. And as it keeps drying down, it really maintains that woodiness. It maintains that creaminess. It maintains that sweetness. But then that oud starts to kind of creep in, which is giving this, you know, the masculine vibes that I feel people really wanted from this one. However, I still choose this one over this one. This is an amazing fragrance. But I will say this, guys, if you like this one, I really can't say that you're going to for sure like this one. However, I will tell you this. As it starts to dry down, you really do start to get the original DNA in this one, guys. So it's really not a redundant vibe because they are different. They do have the same DNA, but they are different from the top to the bottom, you know, but you still gonna get that creaminess, that powderiness. You're still gonna get that almond note, but the almond note is kind of coming off a little bit more rough, darker, and dry. It's kind of like an actual authentic almond. It doesn't really have any sweetness, you know, coated over it, but the fragrance does still have sweetness, you know, from that amber and from that vanilla. So you're still gonna get the same DNA from this one, but just with a little bit of darkness. Now, do I suggest that you go out and buy this one? What I suggest is that you go and buy a decant first, guys. Please buy a decant first, because when I first smelled the actual bottle, the actual bottle, I did not like it. I'm gonna be honest with you. But as it started to really develop on my skin, and as I kind of came back to it, you know, after a few days, after a week, it really started to grow on me. And actually, I'm very happy to have this in my collection. So I would definitely say go out there, get you a sample, or go to, you know, a Nordstrom's or something like that. Smell it, give it some time, give it some full wearing, and then make your decision. Now, when it comes to which one, maybe you're the guy who doesn't want to buy both of these. It really just depends on you. If you're a guy who's comfortable, you know, within himself, and you know how to rock fragrances and not let them rock you, go ahead and pick the original up. In my opinion, this is the better one out of the two. Like I said, you know, you are getting that nice, smooth, creamy almond, then you're getting that lavender, you're getting that vanilla, you know, and then it's just a nice, sexy fragrance. This is what I consider to be a very sexy fragrance. This is that fragrance that's really mellow, but it really stands out. But these two are going to do you well when it comes to performance and compliment factors. I've gotten compliments with this one. Now, I haven't really gotten compliments with this one. I really haven't worn it as much as this one. However, like I said, as it starts to dry down, it becomes a darker version of this. So I will assume that you will definitely get compliments with this one, guys. All right, guys, so that's my take on those two fragrances, Parfums de Marly Pegasus and the newly released Parfums de Marly Pegasus Exclusive. Like I said, I choose the original, the OG. But guys, what I want you to do is go down in that comment section and let me know which one you like better out of Parfums de Marly Pegasus, the original or exclusive. So that's going to wrap up this video, guys. I want to thank you for giving me a few minutes of your time. If you liked the video, go ahead and give your boy a thumbs up. And that's it. Take care. Peace.